Alright y'all, we have a new update, and I wanted to let you know thank you so much for all of the effort that every single one of you have put forth to help me, to help our family get through this rough time after I unknowingly damaged all of my vegetables. um, let's take a look at what we have going on so far. We took the advice of many of you and applied diatomaceous earth, or however you say that, um, around the edge of the garden and on all of the vegetable leaves. And so far, it looks like we're making some headway. There's new growth that has not been eaten. It looks like the insides of these Brussels sprouts are not being eaten. However, there are some of these little black specks, and there was not a very good consensus as to what the heck those black specks are. Some people said it was poop. Others say it's a bug. Look, here we got a beetle down in there. Come on, focus. But this is the one that had most of the black specks on it. And it is getting some new growth, but it's not doing very well. I didn't expect it to do very well because of where I have it planted, and I had mentioned that earlier in another video. But things are starting to come alive. They're starting to come back. And gosh, I'd really like to come up with a solution to figure out what those black specks are again. So if you have any ideas, please comment. The two plants here were the two plants that were harmed the worst out of the oil application, and they are starting to get some good, nice, beautiful green growth back in them. Starting to look nice, coming back together. I don't see any bugs on them. I think we've gotten rid of our green cabbage worms. Whoop, there's a black beetle right there. So we're going to have to figure out why these black, I don't even know what that is, if it's focusing or not. But so far they're doing much better. The cabbage opened back up, doing really well. Broccoli and two variations of lettuce here, all doing very well. The beans, yes, I know they're they're not even and they're not doing great, but starting to get some blossoms on some of them, and I'm okay with some of them lagging behind because that'll give us a spread of food when it's time for harvest. The carrots are picking up quite nicely, and the beets, especially the beets and the carrots over here on this end, and that may be because the sun goes down that way, and we get more shade over here, so that could definitely be one of the reasons why they're doing better on that end. The peppers are doing great, or I shouldn't say great. The peppers are doing much better than what they were. That you can still see there's some yellow. However, we are getting some of the peppers to green up, and I'm going to attribute that to two things. First of all, I started to water them a little bit more. I thought that I was watering them too much, but I'm not sure. So I started watering them a little bit more, and I also put some EB Stone fertilizer in it around them, and all through this bed actually, including the tomatoes. The EB Stone fertilizer I'll put a link to at the bottom. I don't have a picture because I've thrown the box away, but it was a tomato vegetable fertilizer, organic fertilizer, and we'll cover more of that in a minute. Now my tomatoes, everybody said your tomatoes look sick. They don't look like they're getting enough water. So I intentionally did not water this flower bed or this garden bed today, and I wanted to show you exactly how moist this flower bed really is and get some of your feedback. If you look in here, and again, I don't know how well you can see this. The camera just has a glare on it, but if you look in here, look how moist this is. I mean, it's my hands are coming out not muddy, but definitely moist enough. And then if I dig a little lower, this is some of the dirt that I put in the video where I built this garden bed, and I'll put a link to that as well so you'll see what it looks like. But gosh, you know, I don't know what the answer is to this. The Romas are doing fairly well, but I think they're a determinate variety, and my understanding is that a determinate variety has a stronger root system. The others, and gosh, I'll tell you, let me pause the video, I'll be right back. Okay, so the tomatoes are, if we back up here, this one and the one in the middle is German Johnson, and the one over here on the far side that's growing the tallest is the Mexican Midget. We have a black Krim right here and a beefsteak, and then 2 Romas. So let's take a look at the other side here, get a little bit closer. You can start to see that I've been trimming the suckers off, so I don't have any sucker growth, with exception of a couple here, but any major sucker growth, so they should be putting all of their effort into the stock and growing. And the beefsteak and the black Krim actually look like a little bit better today. But these 2 here in the middle, the Mexican Midget and the German Johnson, I just really, frankly, don't know what's going on with them. They're getting enough water. We are giving them organic fertilizer. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just the quality of the dirt in itself that that I used, and maybe it's going to take some time to build that up. What I did to rectify the situation was, guys, do not use this Organicide 3-in-1 spray. You can get it at the box stores. Do not use it. What we did do is we sprayed with BT, and I picked this up, this Thuricide BT, picked it up at an organic store. We don't have very many of those around here, so it took a while for me to get it. And then we fed the vegetables with Thrive, and we put that at the base of all of the affected plants, as well as the tomatoes. And like I said, I don't know what I'm doing wrong with the tomatoes, but they should be looking healthier than what they look. It's very frustrating to me because I really think that I've given them the care that they need. What I'm taking away from this whole process, this whole learning process this year, is that organic gardening, although is easy, it can be extremely tough if you don't know the little tricks and don't have the little tricks up your sleeve to whip out instantly when you see what's going on. And when you ask somebody for help, especially asking a large group, for example, like the Mittleider group that I asked, and also this through the YouTube video, you get a barrage of answers, and as a newbie, how do you know what to listen to and how do you know what works? And so it takes a little bit of trial and error. I think next year I'm going to be much more prepared and able to handle this challenge. I feel that towards the end of the year and even the second growing season, this year, I'm going to be presented with other challenges that I may not be ready for, and I very much do appreciate all of the effort that every single one of you have given me in and by watching the video, number one, and by number two, by giving me feedback as to what I can do to make this better. And because of that, I think our family will have a decent little harvest this year and be able to expand next year, and hopefully we'll find us a greenhouse, or I'll build one, and we can grow some veggies throughout the whole winter here in the Carolinas. So God bless you all. Thank you for watching, and thumbs up for YouTube and all of my followers and subscribers. I really appreciate you.
If you found this video to be helpful, informative, or otherwise entertaining, don't forget to subscribe. And remember to smile for a stranger today. You'll both be glad you did.